Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to sit down and finally talk and review Beetlejuice. Now this is the 4K steelbook that I picked up when it came out, and I did a little bit of an unboxing for, so we're not going to go ahead and take a look at the contents on this. This is all about the film itself. Now, like I said, this was a blind buy when I picked that one up, but I finally had a chance to sit down at the end of the year to finally check it out. And guys, as you can tell from my top 10, it did not make the top 10. And I'm going to share with you in this video why I feel the way I do about this film. But there are going to be some spoilers, so be warned. There are going to be some spoilers because there's just no way I could talk about this film and give my thoughts about it without there being some spoilers. So if you haven't seen the film, go check it out. Then come on back and finish the video. Now, first off, there are people who really love this film. I think it's right up there with the first one. There are people who absolutely hate this film, think it's a pile of trash. For me, I think it's a middle-of-the-road type film. I think it's a film that I need to revisit again down the line someday to really, feel maybe I'll get a little bit more out of it. But let's talk about the good things, because there are some pros to the film. Michael Keaton, back as Beetlejuice. It feels like he stepped from the first film right over to this film. He does not miss a beat. He is the character that I am most invested with in this film. He carries the scenes and steals the scenes that he's in. So that is absolutely fantastic. He does a great job. Now, the Tim Burton look. This film, the world building, everything, the environment, everything is just exactly what you'd expect from a Tim Burton film. It looks absolutely fantastic. Fits right in there with the first film. Now, that being said, and the acting for the most part is pretty good, but this is where some of the cons are going to come in, because I think that there are too many characters, and I think some of the characters are wasted. I think some of the performances could have been way better had some of the actors and actresses been given more to do on screen. And that's probably my biggest gripe about this film. It's a very congested film. There's just way too many storylines going on. It's almost like Burton had an idea, many ideas, to maybe even go, and who knows, maybe we'll get a third film down the line someday, but it seems like he just had so many ideas that he wanted to be put into a third film, and they were like, no, Tim, just try to get everything into one film. And I think that definitely brings the film down and hurts the film. For me personally, hurts the film, because when you get invested in one storyline with certain characters, it's gone. And it's gone for a long time off screen. This is a film that comes in under 2 hours, but there's so many different, like I said, so many different storylines going on that it's hard to get invested. There's one particular storyline that involves the character of Dolores, played by Monica Bellucci. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen her character. She's the one that's all stapled up and everything. And when you first see her character, her body parts are all over the place, and she staples herself back together, and she is so freaking cool looking. She's awesome looking. Fits right in with any Tim Burton film. It's like she stepped straight out like Corpse Bride. Like, that's how cool she looks. And she's hunting Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is her husband, and she's a soul sucker. So every character she finds in the afterlife, she's sucking their soul, and they're gone. Like, there's no coming back. Even though they're in the afterlife already, they're completely wiped from existence, not even in the afterlife. And she is on the hunt, trying to hunt down and suck the soul out of Beetlejuice. And that right there should have been the story. Had they had Beetlejuice maybe, seeking out the help of Lydia's character, Winona Ryder's character, Lydia, or, and maybe even Astrid, Jenna Ortega's character, that could have worked. But the problem is, you had Dolores tracking him down, and then she's so cool, but she's gone. She's gone 15, 20 minutes at a click. Every single time when you get invested in the character, she's off screen. You don't get enough, you don't see enough of her on screen. You hear the backstory, Beetlejuice telling, how they met, how everything, happened between the two of them, and why she's after him, and you get that backstory. But I want to see more of it. I want to see the hunt of her going through the afterlife, going after, trying to track him down. I think would have been such a cool story if they just stuck to that. But every time when that storyline's going on, it's here. Then it drops down. It's a roller coaster, this film. For me, it's a roller coaster because there's just so many different storylines, And the ones that I want to see, the one I want to see, it keeps dropping off because it's there, and then it's just like that, it's gone off screen, and we're off to another, another story. And I mean, you have, mother and daughter kind of like butting heads between, Lydia and Astrid. You have Catherine O'Hara's character of Delia. She's back. She's mourning the loss of Charles, her husband. So you have all these different things that are going on, and it feels there's just too much. It's too overwhelming trying to keep up with all the different storylines, and some of the storylines are a little bit lackluster compared to what I feel is the better storyline. And when you do that, you just get a mixed bag, and that's kind of like what this film is for me. It's a mixed bag. And that's why it winds up like a middle of the road type of film, because it's like I want to see this, but you're taking me on this ride where those dips that I really don't want to go down. I want to get that high again, and you're just going all over the place. And I really feel like that hurt the film. Like I said, aesthetically, it looks great. Michael Keaton is great as Beetlejuice. Like I said, some of the actors and actresses are a little bit wasted. Like Jenna Ortega, could have been more. She's at such a height right now, celebrity wise. Being in movies with with the Scream movies, and being on the TV, on Netflix with Wednesday. But you didn't use her to full potential, and I really feel like that's a wasted opportunity. I would have liked to have seen more, but like I said, I would. But will we ever get a third film? Maybe. But what kind of storylines are you going to use now? Because you kind of used them all up in this one, and you kind of went all over the place. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to do a third film. But I got a feeling maybe we'll get that third film down the line. Maybe we can tighten up some of these storylines that were in this one. But again, I'm just going to stick at it. It's a middle of the road, 4.5, 5 out of 10 for me for Beetlejuice. A little bit tighter script, and we would have had a stronger film, in my opinion. So guys, like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I'll catch you in another episode. Take care.